Hey everyone, welcome to another $1,000 strap search. I've got my $1,000 in singles here and I'm about to show you what I found. But before I do, let's talk about this week's tip. Now, this is going to be an interesting hunt because this particular hunt was many weeks, in fact, a few months in the making. I can be very stubborn. That is the understatement of the year. I went to the local casino and I asked to get a strap of singles. Went to the cage. It's a local casino. There's not another casino around for hundreds of miles. It is a very large casino. Getting a strap of singles shouldn't have been difficult. However, it's their policy not to give out a strap of singles. They said, you can have 20 singles. We'll sell you 20. Well, I wasn't happy with that answer, so I didn't take the 20 and I left. And I thought to myself, you know something? I am going to get 1,000 singles one way or another from this casino. So, what I did, I went to the bank, got a $100 bill out of my paycheck. Took that $100 bill, broke it up into two 20s and 12 5s. And then went to the casino. There's 2 cages at the casino. I went to each cage, cashed in a 20 for 20 singles, no questions asked. And then I went around to every single bill changer in the casino. And what do you know? They've got 12 or 13 or 15 of them in there. So I shoved one $5 bill in each bill changer until I didn't have any more 5s. And that way nobody questioned me for sticking 1 5 in there and getting 5 singles. And I'd end up walking out with 100 singles. Had to do it the hard way because they wouldn't give it to me. So I did that once a week for 10 weeks. So over the course of 10 weeks, I got my 1,000 singles from that casino. That said, I couldn't have them. Where there's a will, there's a way. Now, another really cool thing happened during this entire process, which was each week I took $100 from my paycheck so I could go do this. Now, obviously, I wanted to make sure I had all 1,000 singles together for my search. So that means over the course of 10 weeks, I managed to save $1,000 because each week when I'd get my strap, I'd put it away until I've got all 10. So this represents 10 weeks of savings, and now I've got $1,000 to do with what I please. Great savings tip. Sometimes a little bit of stick-to-itiveness is a good thing. Anyway, I was really hoping that putting forth that much effort into getting these particular singles would yield some benefits, and we'll take a look in 1 second. But I was really hoping to find some good stuff here because, well, first and foremost, it is a casino, and when you're talking small denominations, you're talking people will bring in pockets full of older money, and sometimes people will save singles and then they decide, well, I'm not going to save singles anymore, and they're going to take it to the casino and play with it because they just don't save very well. So I figured this would be a good place to find interesting things. That's why I was so determined to get that. Plus, I knew that they had a practice of muting bills. And what I mean by that is once the notes get to the casino cage, if they are in poor shape, I've seen tellers actually X out the note or write mute on the note and put it in a separate pile. So I know that for the vast majority of these notes, yeah, there's some that have a little bit of a tear. But if it was really bad, they were going to pull it from circulation. So I know all of these are going to be okay. And you may wonder, why would they be the ones pulling them out of circulation? Well, they have a bunch of slot machines. And if you can't put your bill into the slot machine, you can't gamble with that bill. So it makes sense for them to want to take all of those old bills out of circulation and not give them back out to people, because then the people can't gamble with them. Anyway, that's my 1,000. Long story. Let's see what I found. And I got something. All right, first note. When I saw this, I got all kinds of excited, but then I looked, and on the top here, it looks like it's an inking error. And if we go real close, it does kind of look like an inking error, but what that is actually is that's a counter stamp ink smear. That is not the same color black. especially when you look here. You can see black, and you can see this is not the exact same tone. So that is either a marker or a counter stamp, something to that effect. Thought it was going to be a good find, was not a good find. That's going back in circulation. Next up, I found this is actually an extremely high number. If it was a low number, you'd see 0000, and then you'd see, 4716. And most of you guys would consider that a low number. I don't consider that a low number because I want to see 5 zeros to start with before I consider it a low number. But a lot of people would consider 4 zeros the low number. So why did I save this? Well, because the highest number you can have would be 96,000,000. So 96 million is the highest number you're going to get. This one is 95,994,716. So this note here is 5,284 away from the end. So that's a pretty high number. I tend to grab high numbers. Just like people save low numbers, I also save high numbers. So I found that one in there, and it's in pretty good shape as well. Did find an alternator. 8 is the alternator. 80808782. So you have 8 every other digit. And I found a birthday note. This would be 2011, the 16th of May. Not in real good shape. And it's backwards, technically. I did find some trinaries, 1s, 2s, and 3s. This one's 3s, 4s, and 6s. Just that 6. It's the only other digit, otherwise it would have been a binary. That's okay. I'll save the trinaries. Quad 2s on this one. Quad 3s with a 5th. Not in real good shape, though. Quad 4s. Quad 6s. Quad 9s. And some stars. 2017 star. I did find quite a few stars. It's 2017. And no, that's not an error. Another overprint or counter stamp on there. 2017. Checking to make sure that the stars aren't solid. Another 2017. A couple zeros in front. I had to check just to see if I was going to find any rares. No, it's not rare. So I didn't find any rare stars. Once again, 2017, making sure that the star is not solid. Another 2017. 2013 star with a couple zeros. Thought it might be rare. No such luck. Another 2013. Another 2013. So I had a good run on stars. And then I found not one, but 2 2013B star notes. I did check. They are potentially rare. Well, not rare, but they are potentially duplicated. And I did check the list. Nobody has those particular ones. Like I said, I really wanted to catch one. Let's see. This is a 2000A. It's not in the greatest of shape, but the paper quality is really good. So I decided I was going to pull that and just compare it to what I've got in my box. This is another 2003A. It's an I note, and I know that I don't see a whole lot of them, so I just wanted to double check that one as well. And a 2003A, once again, also decent paper quality on it. Normally I don't save notes that are this new. 2001 is usually when I start doing it, but I just wanted to double check against the book. Older notes, 2001, 1999, another 99 here, another 99, 1995, not in the greatest of shape, another 95, about the same, 1988A, so that's an oldie, making sure it's not a web note, nope, not a web note, and then the find right here. This was the best find I got out of there. It is a binary, 5575-7575. Technically, it's an alternator, too, because you have 5 as every other digit. You have 55757575. So every other digit's a 5. It is a binary, only 5s and 7s. Not a true binary. A true binary would be 0s and 1s, but only using 2 digits. That was pretty cool. That made me very happy when I had gone through all of those. So those were my Vendetta finds, I guess you could call them. I was determined to get those, and I did. All right, so what did I bring out this week? Well, this week I had done a trade with Jessica Poulin. Jessica Poulin's from Canada, and I traded her some silver for some Canadian currency. And I've got a bunch of stuff coming up in future videos, but this one I wanted to make sure it was in its own video. One of the things she sent me this as just a bonus, not even part of the trade, and that's why I think this is so cool. Check this out. This is a where's the date? Right there, 1967 $1 Canadian banknote. Now, they don't make $1 notes in Canada anymore, and their notes are actually plastic now. They're polymer notes. This is a paper note, or at least as much paper as our notes are. So this is a paper note from 1967, and that alone makes it cool. This one is pretty much uncirculated. It's really nice. What is that on the back? Let's see. Canada's first Parliament building, and then it is also written in French as well. So that's pretty cool on the back. But why is this note so special? It's not just a $1 note from Canada. It's their Centennial. You can see right here, 1867 to 1967. So they put this tree design on there, and you'll also notice the serial number. It just so happens that Jessica found a note that has the exact serial number as the Centennial, 1867, 1967. That's an amazing find. Almost all of the Centennial notes had that serial number. She let me know that. But yeah, the serial number was replaced by 1867 to 1967. One of the other things on Canadian notes, you'll notice that everything is written twice. You have Bank of Canada here, and you have the French version of that there. $1 here, $1 there. Let's see, one here, $1, $1. So everything written on the note is written both in English and in French, including the numbers. They've got 1867 to 1967 written in English here, and they've got it written in French on this side. Now, some of you may be thinking that this note looks familiar, and it does. It looks very familiar. I went and I pulled out this note here, and what this is the 1954, you can see right there. That's the 1954 $1 banknote, and this is the first note that Queen Elizabeth was ever featured on. And you can see that these notes are virtually identical, except for the backs. So the backs are definitely different, but the fronts are virtually identical. The only difference on the front is the Centennial note has this, where this one doesn't, and then you can see the serial numbers written here versus how they're written up on top there. The portrait is the same. Taking a close look, actually the portrait isn't exactly the same. It's very close, but it's not exact. It looks like they did touch it up just a bit here. Now, the reason I have this note is this is from the Devil's Face or Devil's Head series, and I'll just show this real quick. Here is the Devil's Head version, and if you look, where'd my pen go, just so I can point better? There it is. All right, if you look real close, you can see this white portion right here is the nose. You can see the mouth underneath. You can see the eyes, and you can see the horns right there. That is the devil's head that was in her hair, and they said that that actually was intentional. The guy actually did that intentionally. And then this here would be the corrected version. So you've got the, I don't want to call it the error, but you've got the devil's head and the corrected. And then, like I said, in 1967, they put up this version, and as you can see, it is slightly different, just slightly. The hair looks a little bit different. I don't even know if it's the same portrait. Here it looks like she's got a very narrow face. Here it looks like her face is wider. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. You tell me. But that's what I've got for you guys this week. My 1867-1967 Centennial $1 Canadian note. Jessica, thank you very much for doing that trade with me. I appreciate it, and thank you for the bonus note. This wasn't part of the trade. This was totally unexpected. I did not have one of these, and I am fascinated by these notes. Thank you for the trade. Guys, if you learned anything new this week, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe. I love reading all your comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next week.